Hello, welcome to Nugget of Peace Crochet. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today's video is about the Persian tile in my experiment, what I call my experiment. That means I try to do the Persian tile with the retro stripe yarn. So let's see what it is all about and did my vision come to life. But before we do all that, I just wanted to take a moment to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I believe I'm up to 100 something of subscribers, and to me that's amazing. 100 of you have decided to go on this journey with me and see what I have to offer. So I really appreciate that so much because if you crochet, for me, I'm the only one in my family who crochets. I don't know anybody else, so there's really no one to share all my excitement with. My family, they're supportive. I live in Connecticut with my son and my husband, and my mother, she's very supportive, and friends and family, they're very supportive, right? But they don't like get us because it takes one to know one, right? So thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope you have a lot of fun on this channel. We do all kind of things. I do have an introduction video when I first started, my very first video, where I talk about myself, where this beautiful accent come from, if you're wondering. So I will refer you to that video. But let's get on the topic at hand: the Persian tile and retro stripe. So how did I decide on my yarn choice for the experiment? I call it. Well, I went through a little bit of a process. But first let's back up a little bit. The Persian towel, I'm no stranger to it. I have been dealing with the Persian towel, making it. I have never completed an actual blanket because I kept on changing my mind about colors and stuff. So this was the very first one I did. I even went as far as doing the little corners. And obviously, I didn't like the color after I put all this effort into it. So my plan is to turn this into a pillow. This is the second one I made. Same thing again. I liked it, and but I didn't like this decision to make this blue. So that's sitting in the back of my pillow. So yeah, we Persian Tal and I, we have been frenemies for a while. Okay, sometimes I really want to do it, and sometimes oh, this is too much. So when I saw the Facebook, because I'm part of the Facebook group for the Persian tile, and if you purchase the pattern, you are able to join that group. So since I bought the pattern, I bought it a while back on Etsy, but it also comes as a kit on Mary Maxim. So if you don't want to be like me, playing guessing game with your colors, and you just want to skip all that, there is a kit for it on Mary Maxim. But anyway, I didn't want to get the kit because look at all the yarn I have here. There's no reason for me to buy a kit. So when the pattern became available, I jumped and bought it. So this was the very first one. This is the second one, undecided. I finally came up with this color combination, and this is what I'm sticking with. Okay, I refuse to change my mind. So this is the color that I'm gonna be doing. So when I saw on the Facebook group that someone said they were gonna try it with a variegated yarn, the Ferris wheel, I was like, oh, I've got to try this. And except I didn't have any Ferris wheel. It's not the usual thing. Of all the yarn I have here, the one that I need, I don't have it. This is why we keep on shopping for yarn, right? Because you never have what you need. So I did not have any Ferris wheel. So I tried different yarn. I have another yarn here that I thought would be as close as possible to the Ferris wheel, and it's this beautiful beauty here. This is Wool with Me Melange. That is from Red Heart. I bought this from Hobby Lobby a while back when they were carrying other brand. But look at those beautiful colors. I thought maybe that would do it, and no, I did not like it. This is what it came out to be, and I thought the yarn was too variegated to show the beauty of the tiles because it sort of muddied the colors a little bit. Plus, I did not read the post to figure out how to do the little pen continuously, so I was so excited. So I skipped the post. But I went back to the post and learned because that didn't save me any time. Look at this. This is all the end that you're dealing with. So this is why when they were talking about doing it in one variegated yarn and with basically not a lot of end, I jumped on it. So at the end, I settled for these two because the colors length are long enough, but they're not as variegated as the other yarn that I had. So, but they're not extremely long like the Karen cakes. I think they are way too long because basically you might end up with an entire square of just one color. So I thought this was the perfect choice. And also there's no abrupt color changes. It slowly changed from one to another. So I thought this would be the right yarn to try this with. So off we went to work. All right, this is my fourth tile, so I thought I would just show how it looks before we add all the part. And again, the only color control I did for this one was to remove to start with the green, because I already have one with a green and then two that were orange, so I wanted a balance because I'm going to do 4 tiles. So this is what it looks like. Besides cutting and starting at the green, I didn't do anything else. And you can see the color change happen right here, and I kind of let it be. So for each of those rounds, this is very minimal, and I think once I wash it and block them, they will actually fit very nicely. Though I did some changes. I did chain 4 here because I think in the pattern it says chain 5, but because I'm using a bigger yarn, it was going to be too big, so I did a chain 4 here instead. And then, as they said, this part here, they're connected together. Love it so far. Okay, so I am all done with my 4 large octagon, and I'm not sure about the color at this point. I mean, not this part, I mean the border, because I have this very dark purple, like aubergine purple, and I don't know if I like it with that. I have 2 choices. I can redo all of them or leave it as is. Oh boy. All right, well, keep watching. We'll see what I do. Alright, so I'm happily weaving my ends, and I was almost done with this one when I realized something is missing. Yeah, I didn't do the crosses. So 2 of them have the crosses, those that were done the day before, and then those 2 I did last night after work. That's why you shouldn't do things when you're too tired. And I forgot the cross, and I already wove pretty much all my end on this one except for this 3 little bunch here when I realized I'm missing that part. So this one I think I'm gonna have to redo because I can't even tell how I wove my end. So I'm gonna put that aside, and then this one, unfortunately, fortunately I didn't weave all my end yet, so I'm just gonna undo this. Oh my gosh, and basically go back to the white part and do the crosses. Okay, so this is the comparison of the 2 side by side. This is the zipper stitch, and over here is just a simple back loop only using my needle, just regular needle. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. It was a lot easier on my hands, no hand pain involved, and I think I have more room in case they don't match exactly, my stitch count is off. There's more room to finagle as opposed to this one. So that's what I'm picking. I'm gonna pick this one and go from there. These 4 little triangles, they're the one that complement the corners, so they're supposed to go over here on this fashion, and then they'll finish the blanket, because as you can see, the sides are not squared yet, and that's what's supposed to make them square, and I actually forgot them. So good thing I did not start on the border when I saw them on the bag. Thank God they were not too far, and they need to be finished because I have all 4. I just need to weave in my ends, and I made them with leftover yarn. So whatever yarn I have left over after making those are the one I'm using for the small triangles and the big one. So the big one I use all the oranges and what color that is, I'm drawing a blank, but all the colors. And then for the little green one, I just stuck with the little balls of green. So this one here I'm gonna have to redo because it's coming a lot bigger than the other ones, and I'm not sure what happened. So even without the border, it's coming up kind of big, so I'm gonna have to redo this triangle. So hopefully it'll be the same size as the other three, and then we can go ahead and put them. They're supposed to go like this, and over here, and then so forth. Okay, so yeah, now we're looking at the finishing end. I'm in real quick to show you what my Persian tile is looking like now. And there she is. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at this. It is beautiful. I can't believe how gorgeous it is. So now I've already put the border in, joined all of them, and then did a row of border. I had to do a lot of finagling, and I think the pattern says as much too, because as you can see, still not quite laying flat. So over here I did slip stitches, and here I did double crochet. So hopefully the combination of two will help it level up. And these are my little triangles here, looking all great. So yes, I am loving this, and I'm looking so forward to finishing this. So we are now at the point where we're gonna do granny stitches. I think that's how she made the borders, with granny stitches. I wanted to do the mouse stitch, but I think I'm gonna stick to what she did. And if that doesn't work, then I'll do something else. But start the border, and I'm using just regular white yarn for the border. This is the same yarn that I used to make the crosses, and it's just plain white yarn from Walmart. I think that's the mainstay yarn. It's very nice yarn, and I have no idea how many stitches I have on each of the length here. I should probably count, but I don't want to. I should probably mark them, but I don't want to either. We're just gonna go by the seat of our pants, okay? And with the granny square, you can find your way around it. So I'm taking a chance. Thank you so much for watching until the end. And I'm in love with this blanket. This is gonna be one of my favorite make. It's just simply gorgeous. And after I wash it, it's now nice and soft. So perfect for a little girl. I think a little girl will appreciate that. Not a baby, but I'm thinking more of a toddler from, you know, two and up. They will definitely love this color. I can imagine this being spread on their beds, and this is just gorgeous. And it's actually nice and warm, even though it's got some holes in it. It is still nice and warm because it's acrylic yarn, and it's heavy. So actually, this can keep someone warm. So I love it. And just a quick recap: I used the retro stripe yarn. This is the yarn. This is the third skein. I broke into it so I could make the border, but I basically used two full skein. I got two tiles out of each of this. Okay, so one skein gave me two tiles, and then I bordered it up with this color here, which is the amethyst. That's another red heart super saver that I got. I believe I got this one at Walmart. So this is what the border looked like. I did not want to use black. I wanted to use something that's a little bit more appropriate for a child. So this is the color I picked. And then the white is just regular worsted weight white. So that's all it took to create this beautiful gorgeousness here. I love it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Now I'm thinking about what else can I use. So I was thinking, how about we try this with this yarn? That's the itsy bitsy yarn from Red Heart again. uh you know, I love the color. The colors are more muted. I was wondering, will this yarn do a nice Persian towel too? And I was gonna pair it with this. These are my colors, okay? And maybe I can make a bigger blanket for myself because the other one is kind of small, but with a much bigger yardage. So I don't know. I don't even know if the colors will work out. So stay tuned and I will let you know if I go ahead and do it. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. It's Magina from the state of Connecticut. May you have a blessed evening, night, or daytime, wherever you happen to be watching. Bye.